Admiral Kreshtar of the Velen Dominion had conquered 47 star systems without breaking a sweat from his secondary glands. The human colony on Kepler 442b would be number 48. His tactical display showed a pathetic defense. No orbital stations, no weapon satellites, just 3 outdated mining vessels barely holding atmosphere. The colony had been abandoned by Earth 170 years ago when the wormhole gate collapsed. These humans were primitives now, forgotten and alone. "Begin the descent," Kreshtar commanded, his mandibles clicking with satisfaction. "Bombardment pattern Theta. We take the minerals, eliminate the settlements, and move on." But as his fleet breached the atmosphere, something unexpected happened. The mining vessels moved. They moved fast. Commander Yilrix's threat display erupted in warnings. "Admiral, those vessels are accelerating beyond possible tolerance." No organic crew could survive those G-forces. The first mining ship struck the flagship's shields at point-blank range and detonated. Not with explosives, but with something else. The blast carved through Velen's shielding like it was paper, and a quarter of the flagship's hull simply ceased to exist on a molecular level. "Evasive maneuvers!" Kreshtar shrieked, but the humans had already anticipated every vector. The second vessel rammed the carrier group, and the third shredded 2 destroyers with mining lasers that had been modified into something no mining laser should ever be. The mining vessels were piloted by artificial intelligence, crude by galactic standards, but efficient. Brutally efficient. The colonists had built thinking machines not to serve them, but to kill for them. Within 6 minutes, Kreshtar's invasion force was crippled. The survivors retreated to high orbit, battered and broken. His fleet had been reduced to scattered debris and burning hulks. The Admiral's claws trembled as he accessed the damage reports. 63% casualties. From mining ships. Then the communication came through. A human appeared on screen, old and weathered, wearing clothes that looked handmade. Behind her, Kreshtar could see a settlement built from scrap metal and hope. Governor Sarah Chen, according to the translator. "You came to take our world," she said simply, her voice carrying the weight of 17 decades of isolation. "Earth forgot us. The galaxy ignored us. We learned to forget mercy, too." Kreshtar's diplomatic subroutines kicked in, searching for leverage. "You cannot win. The Dominion will send more fleets, bigger fleets. Then they'll die too." Chen's expression didn't change. "Do you know what happens when you abandon 10,000 humans on a resource-rich world with no rules, no oversight, and no hope of rescue? We had pacifists once, social activists, people who believed in proportional response and ethical warfare. They died in the first winter when we realized Earth wasn't coming back." She leaned forward, and Kreshtar saw something in her eyes that made his blood run cold. It was the look of someone who had nothing left to lose and everything to prove. "The survivors," Chen continued, "were engineers, miners, and desperately creative people who understood one fundamental truth. Out here, you build tools that work, or you die. We couldn't build warships, so we built weapons that didn't look like weapons. We couldn't train soldiers, so we built soldiers that didn't need training. We turned every mining drone into a kamikaze unit, every ore processor into a railgun, every habitat into a bunker." Behind her, Kreshtar could see them now through his enhanced sensors. Children, no more than 10 years old, monitoring tactical displays. Elderly humans operating weapon systems. Every single colonist was a combatant because every single colonist had to be. "We've had 170 years to prepare for this day," Chen said. 170 years knowing that eventually, someone would find us. Someone would want what we have. And we made a choice. We chose to become something Earth would never recognize. Something the galaxy wouldn't expect. She pressed a button and Kreshtar's sensors went mad. Across the planet, silos were opening. Thousands of them. But these weren't missiles. They were pods, each containing a basic AI core and enough modified mining explosives to crack a battlecruiser's reactor. "We became the thing that turns fear into fuel," Chen said quietly. "We became efficient. We became ruthless. We became what we had to become." Kreshtar did the calculations. His remaining ships couldn't intercept even a fraction of those pods. If they launched, his fleet would be annihilated. If he retreated and reported this, the Dominion would send a proper war fleet. But how many would die? How many resources would it cost to pacify one forgotten human colony? "What do you want?" he asked, hating how weak his voice sounded. "Leave. Tell your Dominion that Kepler 442b is claimed. Tell them what it costs to attack a human colony that Earth abandoned. Chen's smile was cold. Tell them that the humans here aren't like the ones you might find in the core worlds. We're not civilized anymore. We're survivors, and we're very, very good at killing things that try to kill us. Kreshtar gave the order to retreat. As his fleet limped toward the jump point, he drafted his report. He marked Kepler 442b as a prohibited zone, extremes hazard level, hostile indigenous population with asymmetric warfare capabilities. But what he really wrote in the classified section, the part only the High Command would see, was simpler. Do not engage human colonies outside core world jurisdiction. They are not bound by Earth's rules of engagement. They have become something worse than warriors. They have become survivors with nothing to lose and everything to kill with. Back on the colony, Governor Chen watched the alien fleet disappear into the black. She was tired, so tired. But they had survived. Again. Ma'am, her chief engineer said quietly. Those AI cores we showed them. We only have about 40 functional units. The rest of the silos were empty. Chen nodded. She'd known. They'd all known. But the aliens hadn't, because that's what humans did best. They bluffed.
They improvised.
They turned scrap into hope and fear into weapons. Earth had forgotten them. But the galaxy would remember.